Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long goes 1975. Using girls on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long goes 1975.
Welcome to another Spectrum versus Commodore 64 comparison video. As I like to call it, Playground Wars. This one was suggested to me by Guru Larry, my recent comparison video of Rygar, and he suggested this gameplay of Karnov on these two machines a while back, but every time I tried the ROM it wouldn't work, and it was because I was trying a 128K tap file, and you would have to load in 128K mode, you know, obviously in the tape back in the day, all of side 1 in, and then flip the tape and load all of side 2 in. Through my Vega, that's just not happening. Using what was it, FBZX on my Wii, that's also not happening. So I just I bit the bullet and I downloaded the 48K one. So we're going to have beeper sound effects. I haven't looked at anything online. I have not checked out any Commodore 64 videos of this, because Guru Larry kept saying that it was really quite interesting to compare the two. So yeah, like I said, I downloaded the 48K version when he left a comment again on my my Rygar video. So let's get into it. Anyway, it's an arcade machine by Data East, released in 1987. And Electric Dreams, I think they were owned by Activision at this point, ported it to all the usual suspects in this country, the microcomputers that is, and I believe there's an IBM version, and obviously, was it licensed by Nintendo, or did Data East do it themselves onto the NES? But basically, Karnov is a Russian strongman. Think, you know, the typical sort of strongman image you would have in your head from a Russian circus. And he decided to go on a quest for all these wonderful magical treasures across 9 levels, hence those things at the bottom right up where it says time, and your lives obviously top left and your score is top right. And yeah, so every time you complete one you get one of those. I don't know what it does, but yeah, there you go. Everyone's got to have important goals in life. Karnovs are shite. He's also a bad guy in Dragon Ninja, or Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja, depending on where you're from. And I think he showed up some other Data East games. Anyway, right, I'll get into it in a minute, I promise. But this was a big deal on the Spectrum. You look at it now and think it's crap, but it was a big deal because it suffers from no attribute clash and has a lot of colour going on. Right, anyway, let's get into it. Can't find the keys, so I think it's going to be Q up, A down, O left, P right, and space fire. There we go. So lightning, I just, you know, I beamed down. Scrolling's a bit there. Space is fire. Yeah, so, you know, you're thinking, because it's not amazingly, you know, sharp definition and stuff, but look at the colour. Oh, and dodgy 48K sound effects. Beam down to the planet again. Can't drop down like a tier system. I quite like those kind of smashy sound effects. They used them in, oh! They used them in that R-Type, didn't they? Because there was no 128K version of that. So I don't like the way it scrolls. Apparently already I've got, well, I don't know, is that one of the treasures? I think, oh no, it's stuff you use to help you, I do not like that scrolling, along the way of your, you know, progression to the level. But I don't know how to do that. But you can make ladders come down or something? Is there another button that does that? I'm not going to piss around because I don't know what the controls are, because I just downloaded it. But look. So whether you like think it's good graphics or not, can't duck. You gotta love the lack of attribute clash. So I can see why. I think it was your Sinclair that lost its shit over it back in the day. Also, I think I can duck. It's utterly useless. It's probably better just to run along the floor and stay there so you can keep. Because it's quite hard. I have played it ages ago. Yeah, you can keep twatting the people as they come on the floor. Look, yeah. So look, I can press whatever way I move. I've got the ladder selected. I don't know how to use it. Oh well. If I press 1 or 2, it toggles it. I'm just going to do without ladders. You can wash your own fucking windows. Right, but yeah, anyway, sorry, I'm going to stay. Look, even the way they explode is cool. Stay on the floor, apart from I can there. And address these people that keep coming from left to right, because they just appear in. Never played it in the arcade, never played it on MAME, have no idea what it looks like. Was that Griffin? So, yeah. I remember like back in the day, I thought it was reasonably impressive. Right, houses and stuff. I can see why people were impressed with this. Oh, look at this. Polytosis. One up. I haven't got time, have I? No, I haven't got time, so we're taking the softly, softly catchy monkey effect. Is it scrolling better now? It appears to be scrolling better. I don't know why it did that. I don't know if it's going to scroll better up or down, but do you know what? This is alright. I did feature it in one of my top 10 good arcade conversions on the ZX Spectrum, or graphically good arcade conversions, because like I said, if you didn't grow up with the Spectrum, you're not going to know how much this is pushing it out there. Because it is. See? Green shit flying in red shit in front of purple, blue, white and yellow shit and no attribute class shit. That's impressive, but the up and down jump, yeah, it's a bit shit. And I've lost my power up and I know it. Ooh. And I got my power up back, and I know it. Right, so we're going with the softly, softly catchy monkey approach again, because that seems to work. So whatever games was he in, I should say, let me know. Like I said, I know him as a mid-boss or level 1 boss on Dragon Ninja. I hate it being called Bad Dudes, because I played the Japanese version where it's just called Dragon Ninja. That's what all the cool kids call it. Jump! Of course you wouldn't jump. That was more down to me than... Did you what? The controls being pants. Oh, we're just going to stay here. No! It's not so much that the controls are pants. Oh, shredded wheat. It's the fact that you're not particularly fast. No second base for you. See what I did there? Oh, no. I think it's the jump mechanic that gets it. But anyway, shoot the white looking character first, and then you don't have to worry about him chucking shredded wheat at you. Don't jump, let him fire his shit on the floor. So yeah, you know, there's no hurry. That seems to be the best approach here. I'll get that. I might have to look up some reviews of this to see what all the other various magazines scored it back in the day. And I'm really quite excited to see what it looks like on the Commodore 64, because it's got to be better than this. Don't get me wrong, I'm impressed with this because I knew the limitations of the Spectrum back in the day. Look, I got a yellow upper body and I'm in front of a yellow window, and yet it's the trick is you put like a little black shield around it, don't you? Boo! What's the K do? I don't know how to change any of them. Right, it's this fucker here. Move slowly. Well, that's how you apparently move. He's not a fan of cardio, alright? They didn't promote it in the circus. It's all about bulk lifting. See, look at all the colour on the screen. I mean, look at it, Marge. Alright, I'm fed up with these guys. I think it's a too many people on the screen slowdown thing. No! And of course he wouldn't let me come back, would he? I'm just gonna, you know, spit shit that way just in case he was off screen. Actually, the controls are a bit pants, I'm not gonna lie. I think all the magazines were just overcome by... Look, see my red fucking trousers aren't, you know, causing your eyes to go shitty on the background. Alright, I've had enough of these dudes. Right. Yeah, you know, sluggish-ish controls aside. Quite impressed with this. I do like the fact that apparently I can shoot him off screen. Yeah, look at this! I mean, look at it, Marge! Look at it! Woo! Look at that blubber fly! Duck! I don't even know what that is. There's very ghouls and ghosts about this, isn't there? More ghosts and goblins, I would say. Don't lock on! Lock on, you bastard. Are we going to get to level at the end of level yet? I tell you what, you'd be pooch screwed without this double fireball death spitty thing. That's what it's called. Right. Boo! And stuff. I've got to look up the arcade to see what these sprites represent, or, you know, what the bad guys actually look like. Bollocks! I could have had you, but I forgot to duck. Sorry, kids. Technical difficulties. Annoyingly. Oh, fudge. I'm safe to say that that was the last, or the end of the boss, or the boss of the end of the first level. Anyway, right, let's break into the Commodore 64 version. I'm very interested to see what it looks like. So here we go. This is Karnov on the Commodore 64. I couldn't read that. It just jumped straight in and right off the bat. Ooh, there's something very familiar about all this. Right, I can assure you, this is the Commodore 64 version. It looks absolutely identical to the Spectrum version. It even appears to have, it's got no SID chip music. It even appears to have, you know, a beeper or speaker sound effects like a 48K machine. It's got the same sound effects. What? Oh dear God. Stay up. No. It's what? Am I right in thinking that they actually took a machine that was, you know, from a hardware perspective, and it pains me to say this, superior to the Spectrum, and then didn't do anything with it, but actually ported the Spectrum version to the Commodore? I mean, that kind of wasn't unheard of on the Amstrad, but the Amstrad and the Spectrum share similar hardware architecture and stuff. Right, those people are going to come, aren't they? I'm going to stay ducked. Now shoot the guy in the white suit. And what I've got to do this is just remember what I did on the Spectrum. But, so, I mean, yeah, I know that was a thing on the Amstrad. This is the Spectrum version. But the Commodore and the Spectrum, I mean, obviously there's a high res and a low res mode on the Commodore, and that's how you got sharper sprites, or you drop that and had better colour, hence the chunky, you know, sprites and stuff like that. I'm not an expert on it. Go ask someone who is. Where are these guys going to come from? But you've actually ported. I could be wrong. Larry, if you do watch this, because you said this would be very interesting, is this is a port, isn't it, of the Spectrum? This blows my friggin' mind. Am I right in thinking that? Oh, it's identical. Speed issues appear to be exactly the same. It's going to make it rather difficult to analyse, isn't it? I just take everything I said from the last, or the previous, or the start of this video about the Spectrum and pretty much apply that to this. Interesting it is. I'm thinking, actually, it runs a little bit smoother. I don't know. I mean, my sprite looks just as, you know, squashed. But yeah, the sound, graphics. Wow. Well, you lazy bastards, Electronic Arts. You absolute lazy bastards. Was this a Christmas release or something? I don't know. Like I said, if you do get to watch this, Larry, or anyone who knows the full story, someone please explain and put me out of misery, which is, what the hell? I don't know, are those no, see the colour palette's exactly the same as well. This is blowing my friggin' mind. It's freaking me out, man. Right, points for that quote. Die, you bar steward. You know, convenient that I know everything that's going to come on and stuff like that, but like I said, and it pains me to say it, but I'm an adult, I can say it, even though this says it's called Playground Wars, and I do every now and then throw in a curveball, which means the Spectrum's going to kick the Commodore's ass, but Commodore's got superior hardware, and I'm playing a Spectrum game on it. Yeah, if you had this on the Commodore back in the day, were you aware that you were playing a Spectrum game? Or, well, I don't know, what screenshots did they put on the back of the box? More importantly, what reviews did it get on the Commodore? Did they point out that it was a port, or did they point out the glaring obvious that, yeah, there's an awful, you know, there's something very familiar, you know, or there's an awful similarity between this and the Spectrum version. Good to know that your icons at the bottom of the screen don't work on either. No, I take it back, the scrolling is just as bad. and the controls are just as bad. It's just dependent upon whether you're going diagonally down or diagonally upright. Run away from whatever the hell those things are. Yeah, they're just as unresponsive. Wow, my mind scrapes mind off wall. Hello, thank you. So yeah, same checkpoint. Power up my flob. Kill the dude in the white. Oh, I can shoot it shredded wheat. Clears the detection's pants. Dave is still being freaked out. Well, now I know why you wanted me to play it. Larry, good call. I just want to see if I can get to the end. Just in a, like, that's it. Yeah, it's just as painful on the ice. See, like I said, you know, you were praising it on the Spectrum. No, this looked good on the Spectrum because of its problems with colour, you know, or lots of colours on the screen, and attribute clash. Not really something that was an issue for the Commodore, so why didn't they just do their own version? Again, was it a lack of number of individuals who were assigned to it? Was it laziness? Was it just banging something out for Christmas? Because that's what they all did at some point. But I expected better from Electronic Arts. They were like a premium software house. I mean, they made Aliens for friggin' sake. Run away, run away, run away. Thank you. Well, interesting things we learn. How shall I round this up? I can't. They're exactly the same. I mean, like I said, certain games by certain companies often shared similarities, like Saboteur, which I've done a comparison of, and Turbo Esprit. But there were enough subtle differences to know that they weren't ports of the other version, if that makes sense. Or copied over or whatever. It was just they used the low res mode or whatever it was, or high res mode I should say, so lack of colours, high definition sprites, but this, it's like an episode of the Twilight Zone. Look. Turn around! I thought I crashed it then. I haven't got pause, I'm playing it on a bloody joypad. Oh, bollocks. Well, there you go. I'm going to round it up there. Karnov and ZX Spectrum versus Commodore 64. Which version wins? Neither. They're exactly the same. I mean, I liked the Spectrum version back in the day because it was impressive for what it was doing on the hardware. But the Commodore 64 should have been able to do a better version. There's something definitely resembled the arcade more. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd give it to the Spectrum because the Commodore's a counterfeit edition. It's like a knockoff £5 note. If anyone knows what the deal was with this, yeah, please let me know because it's freaking me out. And good call, Larry. And yeah, everyone else, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.